Hi, friends. It's Thursday night. Oh, okay. Me, get myself situated here. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Aura and Earth. Hello, hello. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jean. How's everybody doing on this Thursday evening in June? What interesting energy, huh? Hi, Randy. So, what's up? Okay. So, listen, tonight we're going to be doing some channeling. And we're going to talk about the energies right now. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to start talking to you about this fucking crazy energy, and then as you feel you have questions, please ask them, and we'll just be channeling and just doing our thing, because I have learned finally, after however many weeks it's been, that this is just the flow of things, and we will get what we need, right? Ella says this Thursday is dumb, and Jen says you're not wrong. Yeah, it's some stuff. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Christine. Hi, Claudia. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Franz. We've got the YouTubes. Hi. Hi, Jess. Hi, Tisha. We've got the YouTubes going and the Instagram. And I need my thing. Where's my thing? Hi, Kate. Okay. Well, I've got him here in front of me. Yeah, everybody get your grounding rocks. You need them anyway. But I've got him, and I've got Radiance over here just holding it down. So we shall see how the evening goes. Hi, Rain. Yeah, it's okay. All right, we're gonna get started. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let me take a sip of my wine. What's glitchy? The feed's glitchy, or like life is glitchy? Here's my hand. Why do I do this on this? I don't think I need to. I never edit it. Let me put my hand down. Well, anyway, hey guys, welcome to Thursday night channeling. So, first order of business, let's just like get right to it. This energy is fucking bananas, okay? And I have been saying that since I started doing live videos. I feel like I'm always saying something's bananas, but here's why it feels this way right now. Collectively, it is bananas. You are not necessarily bananas. However, we are now in the shadow of the split. And you remember how we've been talking about it? And like, I'm like, yo, guys, the split. Yeah, it's actually literally freaking happening. And this is what it feels like. It feels really, really weird. So what I have felt and observed, and you've been witness to it, my friends. I've been sharing more than usual, but what is happening is those who are in this split energy and have chosen for right now to be in the third dimensional space, and those of us who have chosen to be in the fifth dimensional space, can't seem to talk to each other at all. Like, it is glitch city, miscommunication, like just what's happening? It's like you can't even give a greeting without the words hello being somehow twisted into being something completely ridiculous. Like, oh my God, I hate your mother. It's like, I just said hello. Like, that's the kind of energy we're in right now. And so what do you do, right? Like, what do you do? How do you, like, especially if you're a person who has to, like, on a consistent basis, interface with people who are in a third dimensional frequency? And I really, like, I want to just say this over and over again. There's nothing wrong with being in a third dimensional frequency. However, I can't just ignore the fact that some people are in a third dimensional frequency and some people are in a fifth dimensional frequency, and we're having troubles connecting with each other and communicating. And this is what Mercury retrograde does, right? We know that, but it seems to be really exacerbated and extra and just like kind of maddening. So in order to, not kill anybody, here's what I would suggest. And I've got to turn my incense off because apparently today is a no incense day. Here's what I would suggest. Don't talk to any, no, just kidding, just kidding. You can't not talk to anybody, but clear your energetic field like 3 times a day. Okay. I'm talking like wake up in the morning, call all your energy in, clear, midday, clear it again, pull it all in, and before you go to bed, pull it all in. If you want to do it more than 3 times, like you literally can't clear your energy enough because people are shedding like huskies and like lassie dogs and golden retrievers. Like they're just shedding all of their stuff everywhere, and it is just a mess. Now, I want to remind you, you're actually not a mess. I'm going to say it again. You are actually not a mess right now. And I know you might disagree with me and say, no, Sarah, I am feeling that I am a mess, but I am just going to respectfully disagree and tell you that what's happening is you are feeling what it feels like to be not a mess while everybody around you is kind of a mess. And that's not fun. Thankfully, this isn't going to last forever, right? It couldn't possibly last forever. And the good news is that this is what we expected, and so it's happening, which means that it's going to push through. And by summer solstice, we're going to have another huge energy shift, and it's all going to shift around again and be awesome. Awesome sauce. I just feel that. But in the meantime, we've got a few weeks until then, and imagine what this is going to feel like 3 days from now, 4 days from now, with the inability to communicate with people, right? So let's add a little levity. Try not to get completely, kerfuffled on a constant basis. And, keep the people close to you who get it as close to you as possible. And just let the other people move. Let them move around, shift around. It's going to help you so much to have people you can talk to who understand what you're up to and don't make you feel insane, and who you can actually have a conversation with and not feel completely misunderstood. So that's the Mercury retrograde thing. And there's also a lot of other stuff, but what I'm going to do, because we have I'm not going to say a line, but we've got a queue, so to speak, of, that does mean line, doesn't it? But it's fancier. We have a few, oh my God, Jen, I forgot to bring you on. Talk about Mercury retrograde. I'm bringing Jen on, and then we're tapping into the line. Sorry, Jen. I just started talking. It was on purpose. I know. It's totally on purpose. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our breathing and sink in here again. Oh, funny, you changed your shirt to that one, and I changed my shirt to not that one. I was feeling hot, like spicy hot, not spicy hot. Oh my God. Whatever. Okay, everybody, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. Soften your belly. Let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Let it go out your mouth. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Taking a moment now to call all of your energy in, calling your energy in from the past and the future, from your day, from conversations, from your thoughts, pulling it all into your heart center, breathing it in nice and deep. And let it go. All right. You all ready to do this? So guess who wants to talk? Peony. Lo-fi witch says, can someone tell me where my anti-anxiety drops are? Uh-oh. Sending you good sparkly love and calm feelings. Yeah, Peony wants to talk. This is different. I haven't heard from her in quite some time. I mean, she sits there, but it is Peony season after all. Okay, so Peony says, here's something funny. She's actually on the Purple Crescent Council too. Jen's like clickety click click click. Plot twist. Okay, so Peony's basically, and I think that she's telling me this because this will help a lot of you guys who are actually opening up to channeling yourselves as well. She's saying it's really important to remember that when you start to open up your channel, to use your tools. And your tools are going to help buffer and familiarize you with the different energies and help you, like almost like a what's a word for this? Like almost like training wheels, but it's not quite like that. It's like when I first started channeling, I wouldn't have been able to just do this. I needed Peony to come in and start talking to me and connect with me in a way that made sense. And then as my confidence in my ability to connect with her grew, it opened me up to more things happening. So she's saying a lot of you guys, your own intuitive abilities are really opening up right now. And it can be really overwhelming. And it can also be very exciting to just kind of try to jump ahead and not use tools. And she's saying use tools. They're very, very important because they will make sure that you don't get like overwhelmed and overburdened by energies that your internal paradigms are not ready to filter through yet. And so she's saying that she could not have told me a year and when did I start channeling? Was that last year? Did I start channeling? Jeez. Okay. Wow. Is it our anniversary? It's our anniversary because I got Peony like around Mother's Day and Peony season. Oh, honey. Okay. Anyway, so she's saying that if she'd come in last year and said, hey, I'm on this council called the Purple Crescent Council and you're on it too, and like all this different stuff, my brain would have exploded because I didn't have anywhere to put that information. I had no containers already built for myself that would make that make sense. And so she's stressing to you guys that it's really helpful to use the tools to allow you to open up to what's coming next, but always to be present with the information in front of you and flexible for shifts and changes in your understanding of that information. So don't feel bad if you channel something and then 3 months later you have a higher understanding of what that information is. You should always go back and update it because that's what this process is like. And she said it's often that there's this like feeling that is this feeling of you have to be perfect. And if you channel something, it has to be 100% accurate and it can't shift or change. And she says that's not how anything works. She's like, there's no absolutes in this. And especially when working with energies that are not in our current frequency. So especially like working with councils like that are operating like way above the 5th dimensional frequency, in order to connect with us, they do need a vessel. They do need something like solid that makes sense, that can project and bring in the energy and all of that stuff. So let yourself do your process the way that it is. I'm guessing if this is coming through right now, that a lot of you guys are turning on right now and getting a lot of messages and just kind of feeling like, whoa, like what's all this stuff coming through? Let me know if that is the case, because I'm curious about it. I feel like it must be, because like it's split energy, but it sounds really exciting. Do you have any? She'd like to know if any of you who are experiencing this have any questions that she can help you with your channeling, or what it feels like to receive energies, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you mean? Yes, that is what she means. So if you have any questions for Peony about your intuition opening or channeling, she is here to field those questions. And she says you don't need to have a crystal skull.
Ella has a question. Are there better vessels?
Better vessels as opposed to what? Like, as opposed to like better than a skull? Is that what you mean, Ella? Okay, so I'm going to take Ella's question first and then hit Lacey's. No, there are not, because it really depends on your own energetic makeup, and also the stories that have made up your universe. For example, if in your stories of, she keeps using that, if in your stories skulls are representative of like demonic energies or dark occult type things, then using a skull for channeling is not going to feel very good for you, and you needn't do that. But and so you don't need to have a skull. But crystals, crystals generally speaking, are going to be very helpful for your channeling. And she's saying that she really recommends using quartz, and allow your intuition to guide you to a piece of quartz that feels nice, and it doesn't matter what kind, and amethyst counts to her as quartz. So she's saying to stay away from Herkimer diamonds if you are receiving a lot of information, and especially around this time, because Herkimer diamonds, their frequency is fractalized, and they are, she's, I don't understand what that means. Like, she's saying they're being recalled. No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong word. They're being reprogrammed. So to take it easy with the Herkimer diamonds, because they're fractalized and they're being reprogrammed, whatever that means. So quartz, she's recommending quartz. She's oh God, okay, hold on a second. There's more in the Herkimer diamonds. She's saying that for some people this is not relevant, but for other people, people who are air signs, water signs except for Scorpios, any water or air placements. So not just your sun, this could be literally anywhere. Be careful, because it amplifies all the energy, okay? So imagine if you're shedding some bullshit, you're going to amplify it and it's going to splatter out to everybody. So she's recommending that you put your Herkimers away until after solstice. You can even put them in some dirt if you'd like to assist their reprogramming. So pot your Herkimers, everybody, and we'll see them after solstice, okay, is what she's saying. So there's that. Okay, so to answer your question, Ella, you are the energy behind and through any vessel. So anything that resonates with you, allow what comes through to come through. And she is recommending quartz. Okay. All right. What's up next?
Let's look at YouTube and then we'll come back because we've got multiple questions now. But Lacey and Lisa have similar questions.
Okay.
How do I determine the channel versus my own thoughts?
Okay. So listen, you guys, your channeling is going to sound like your own thoughts. You are a vessel of channeled information constantly. And this is where we always like get hung up on stuff, right? And look, I get it because I still get hung up on this. And when you guys message me and you're like, oh, this connected and made sense, I'm like, thank God, because I thought maybe I was like on the sauce, you know? But understanding the difference between your own thoughts and channeled messages does take some practice and trust, because what you have to do is put yourself out there and give yourself a shot, because you're not going to really start to differentiate truly unless you receive some confirmation back. So if you don't start saying, you won't start receiving validation that you're not insane and that the things you're saying are actually channeled messages coming through. Now, everybody channels different. Everybody channels different. So some people, when they're channeling, they actually see things. Some people hear voices, like hear like an actual audible voice here or here, depending. You know, for me, it really depends. But I don't see with my eyes. But when I receive an impression, it'll sound like I'm seeing with my eyes, right? Like when that nun was over here, you guys probably thought I legit physically saw her standing there. And at this point, it feels like I do, because I rapid speed translate what's happening into an ocular way, if that makes sense. But I don't just like see people like walking around. That's not how it is. I sense their energy and they give me a full impression of what their appearance is like. Okay. So start to really tune in to how you receive messages and ask yourself this question: where are the places that I doubt myself the most? Like, what is the way a message would come through that I would believe it the least? Because that is the way that message is likely coming through. If you're waiting for like angels to float down from heaven and serenade you with trumpets, that's not how your message is coming. I don't know if that's some sort of agreement that we've made, but it just seems to be the way. So really start to pay attention to those things and you will start to see, because I know for a fact that like all of you guys are incredibly intuitive and receiving messages all the time. So it's all about trusting the messages that you're receiving. Also, something to do that will help to build your confidence level with your own messages. Start pulling a card a day. Wake up in the morning and with your coffee, just ask yourself or ask your guides, like, hey, what do I need to know today? First thing in the morning, pull that card, let it come out, read the message, and then see what happens in your day. And touch base with yourself at the end of your day and see how that played out, right? And try to stay away from using the energies as a magic 8-ball. That is a really fun rabbit hole and cycle to get yourself stuck in, and it'll end up being a waste of your time, because timelines are shifting so much. We don't really get magic 8-ball answers. So try to ask a more broader answer at first, just to start getting that that confidence level back in. Does that make sense? Does that help you, Lisa and somebody? Lacey.
And I'm going to tag over here because Kate has a very similar question to what you're saying. Is she was saying that she feels like she's been picking up on more energy and having confirmation of things with sensations in her stomach. is that just me or is that my intuition? So that ties to what you're talking about.
100%. So that's, I mean, it's literally called the gut feeling, right? So we receive information from our body all the time. In fact, if you've talked to me at all recently, I've probably said, ask the question and run it through your body. Your head is in the way of literally everything, right? So ask a question, let your body answer. I'm going to just scroll up really quickly because I want to see, who was that who said that? Kate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So like simple answer to that, yes, it's your intuition. Also, I would just like to point out something very, very seriously to you guys, because I'm hearing you guys separate yourself from your intuition, and I'd like you to stop doing that. Okay? Stop. Your intuition, it's you. This is not a separate thing that you can cultivate and develop that you didn't have before. Your intuition is part of you. You've just been not using it, probably, right? So if you're just starting to use something you've had this whole time, it'll feel wonky, but it is not you and intuition. It is you, an intuitive being, an empathic, magical, intuitive being. So you are just remembering your own innate abilities to receive information that you have a right to receive. So it's not you versus intuition. It's the two together, okay?
Okay. I'm going to go back to YouTube for Stacy's question. I think this is referencing at the beginning of what Peony was saying about everybody kind of starting to feel a little bit more online with the energy. She said 2 nights ago, she asked several archangels to help raise her vibrations, and at bedtime in the dark, she could see them working feverishly. Should she be asking for more?
Stacy, and anybody else who is in this energy. So Peony has a question. Do you feel like you need to work harder and be better? Because if you asked for your angels to raise your vibration and they came and you saw them working on you, why would you ask for more? What would be the follow-up she's asking? Because the processes are organic and fluid, and we aren't directing them like we think we would like to be directing them. These are upgrades that are set in motion. Yeah, so no. Sorry, hold on. I have like 3 people talking to me. Okay, so to directly answer this question, no, you don't need to ask for more. Your angels just need permission to work with you, and you've given them that. So when you ask your angels for something, they respond to you. And it's a really amazing confirmation to see that. And so trust that whatever they're doing is what you've asked for, and settle into that, and be easy and have peace, because the frantic feeling of needing to be better and improve and reach higher goals and higher heights, that is a very third dimensional human construct, and it does not exist in the angelic realms at all. So you're only getting yourself agitated. It has nothing to do with the way the energies are going to be working with you or not working with you. Trust yourself. Trust the process in this. It's you can't speed it up, but you can slow it down, is what she says.
We have one more question before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Claudia's asked, I would love to know how to distinguish the different energy signatures. I can sense Christ and I can sense Mother Mary energy.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is how to begin to discern the different energy signatures as you start to receive them.
So for you in particular, Claudia, Peony is saying that one of the reasons that you so easily pick up on Mother Mary energy and Christ consciousness is because those are the closest to your DNA makeup, and they're home frequencies for you. So not everybody, well, okay. A lot of people obviously tune into Mother Mary energy and Christ consciousness. However, with you, it works through you. Those are consciousnesses that work through you. And something that a lot of you guys have is a specific connection to an energy that is meant to come through you in this lifetime, much as Christ consciousness came through Jesus in his lifetime in order to help heal. So you may or may not sense other energies in that way. Start to look at other energies as they're going to feel completely different in signature than Christ consciousness and Mother Mary energy. And that may start to help you differentiate from them. But at this time, they're not reaching out to you because you are meant to be focusing on these very incredibly potent light streams that you were supposed to be working with through yourself. No biggie. Oh, sorry, was that?
I think that caught us. Yeah, that caught us up on the questions.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. So somebody's person with a surfboard, like it's a surfer guy with sandy blonde hair, like tall and tan and like well muscled young man. Like it looks like he's been in the sun a lot, like surfer people would be, and he's standing there with the surfboard kind of like this. He is young, like I'm gonna say like he's not past 25, I don't think. He wants me to do this again. I didn't do it.
Like that?
No, it's like more this way. Okay, can we get the message, please? I'm sorry, but he's saying his sister is listening. Okay. Thank you. It's hang loose. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so he's saying his sister is either connected to one of you or watching, and he would just like to let her know that he's hanging loose, and he is watching over her. He's with other relatives. I don't know if this is like a grandmother or a mother. He's with another woman, and he just wants this sister person, this woman, to know that he's good and watching over her and listening and receiving, and that he is sending love all the time. I want to say his name is like Brandon or something, but I don't know about that. I'm iffy on names when it comes to this kind of thing. But anyway, he's popping out of here. And we have okay, and now we have a very different energy coming in. I don't know what to call this except it's like Grim Reaper death energy. It's like a weird thing because it's showing me like, you know, like the dark hooded cloak situation, like that kind of thing. And it's very like dark feeling, but at the same time, like, I don't think that's who it is. It's just like, that's the energy they're representing. I don't think death is a person, is what I'm saying. Okay. So this energy is saying that there is something going on there's something going on underneath what is going on when it relates to disclosure. There are entities imprisoned here on Earth. So are you like, oh, he doesn't want to talk about, okay. He's saying that there are different entities being held here, like prisoners of war, and their homes are coming for them. There was an agreement made that there was no, what do you call that? A no contact agreement made that is now no longer valid because something else has been invalidated. So there's a few things going on that we may actually witness, he's saying, and one of those is the recovery and rescue of the entities that are being held by various governments, not just the US. But he's saying that we do have some here in the US, but it is more of it's a global effort. And there's an organization that is connected to all what we are going to call first world countries that create this organization that share information between themselves and decide what to disseminate and what not to disseminate, and decide the narratives and stories that we hear about anything having to do outside of Earth itself, creating creating many dark hallways that lead to no rooms. Long dark hallways that lead to no rooms. Sorry. And so he's saying in the next, in this time period between now and the end of the month, this search and rescue operation is to take place. It could happen peaceably, but at this point, it's not. That is not decided. this is, he's saying this is important to happen because our ascension process can't really get past a certain point until we have full disclosure on what is happening with our planet, and have more of an understanding of where we stand in the galactic viewpoint. He says to consider ourselves an outcast island, like the prisoner island right now, because we have, well, depending on how you look at it, we've either kicked ourselves out or been kicked out of the galactic situation for various reasons. And we are, all of us here have made, well, not all of us, a great amount of us here who are waking up at this time and having our psychic and intuitive powers turned on. It's because literally a switch has been flipped, and we're starting to receive transmissions from motherships, and motherships meaning home planets, and assistance, and also messages that have been recorded for like thousands of years that are just sitting up there, not receiving, transmissions not receiving. And now we're starting to receive the transmissions that have been sent a long, long, long time ago. So many have been trying to reach us in many different ways. And the only way that they could do that is through us waking up, because the programming down here is so thick that we cannot receive the information. So a lot of us are receiving actual messages and downloads that were sent a long time ago. So some of the information we might be receiving is a little bit outdated and may in fact be irrelevant. So he's just warning. He's not warning as much as he is giving a heads up to those of you who are starting to receive messages for the first time, to filter those through your internal knowing system and just decide if it's relevant or not relevant, because it may not be relevant indeed, right? And so if you receive information and you're wondering if it is current and something you need to pay attention to, he's asking that you take that information and imagine you see it, see it in a ball of light. So like information in the ball of light, send it up, and ask for confirmation to come to you, and it will come to you in some way, shape, or form, and then you'll know. You might just hear a boop, yes, or you'll have a dream, or some feather will drop, or something will happen, and you'll get some confirmation. And no confirmation is too small, and not to ignore the signs even if you think they're irrelevant. He's not the angel of death, and he is not laughing so much as he's amused by the fact that that is what I saw with what he decided to project as himself. Probably because I'm reading that demon book.
Probably. That was my thought too. Can you tell us where his energy is from, or why it appeared, or why you perceived it the way you did?
No, he's not interested in doing that this time. He's cloaking. He said he's cloaking.
Okay, fair enough. Jean has a follow-up question to that. Is with the first world country groups, are they connected to Bilderberg? Would they be the ones responsible for the paths that lead to no doors?
I've never heard of Bilderberg.
It's not on my radar either.
So he's saying that okay, he's saying this goes back. This is not recent. These families who are in power have their bloodline has their bloodline has been what is this word? Recycled over and over again, so that their DNA is like, it doesn't even look like regular human DNA anymore. It's very like, if you imagine what you imagine a strand of DNA, imagine it being braided with another strand of DNA, and so it's like thick and ropey. They've they have over time genetically altered their bloodline. They reproduce with each other is basically what he's saying. They even if optically you see marriages happening that are not of relation, which nowadays that's what we would see. Marriages and relationships have nothing to do with breeding. They would always breed only with each other. So any children of okay, we got names. Rothschilds, Vanderbilts. I've never heard of Bilderbergs, but he's saying yes, but is that a family or is that a name of a, what do you call this? Like a conglomerate or something? Hold on. Did I already say Rothschilds?
Yes.
Vanderbilts?
Yes.
The Fredericks? Astors? Biltmores? Roosevelt? Grants? There's another name. I'm not, I can't pull it through. Guggenheim? Carnegie? Green? And now he's saying, do you get the point? Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. He says, this could be, and this, he's saying this will be something that, imagine how we study how like Nazi Germany happened and all the intricacies involved in that and all the players involved in that. And we study that like for our history. He said in the not so distant future, we study this. And we will, but they already do. Like, because, time is not a thing, but they already studied this because what's happened here, they can't let happen anywhere because it's so insidious and enmeshed. And like they're saying, the Vatican Church, it's just a huge fuckery. And we are all waking up collectively to this, which is really causing some troubles. You have to trust yourself and trust your gut and trust the information coming through. You have to wake up and start doing, because they can't they can't do much more without us waking up, because we are literally the boots on the ground for this operation. We're like sleeper agents, basically, and we're downloading our packets now. Oh, for some of us, that's actually exactly what's happening. Like sleeper agents waking up and having their packages downloaded during this retrograde time.
Wow.
Some of you are planners who are going to make plans, and like he's showing me like, imagine like somebody like making plans and like schematics and like telling people where to go and like do. Some of you are going to be getting information like actually like that, like here's what needs to happen. Others are getting information for different, very specific things. So, and these two are echoing that, and he's over here saying yes, the very specific things. And somebody else's skull, which is like a sandy colored with a blue in it. Somebody else's skull is also doing that, saying yes or something like that. Everyone, shh. Okay, so what it is everyone's going to have a very specific thing to do, and everybody needs to be okay with the fact that they're going to do a specific thing and not do everything. This isn't a contest. This isn't something to show off with. Everyone's going to have a very specific thing to do. What is the thing? And we'll know what our specific thing to do because it will be the easiest thing for us to do. It will be so easy to do. It's like the thing we could do closing our eyes. That's the skill that we're going to need to bring through. It's not something we have to learn something. And it's the thing that you will doubt yourself the most about. It's the easiest. You will doubt yourself the most. It will be the most irrelevant, you think. And that is what you do. And he's reminding us to really, really be careful about comparing yourself to other people who you think are more powerful and magical than you, because that is also a waste of your time. You need everybody. You need everybody the way that they are. Some people, their only mission is going to be to raise a child. And that has to be okay if you know that that is your mission. Some people are going to literally create some sort of system of reorganizing how we interact with different galactic energies. And that is exactly as important as the person who's raising a specific child. And we have to be okay with that. We have to not compare ourselves and put one about the other. He's reminding me of a movie called The Terminator. I know this movie. It's The Terminator. And it's always at the end, right? About the Terminator and how like the John Connor thing and like they have to go back in time to save somebody so that John Connor does. You know what I'm saying, right? We know the plot. Like it's so like a kid is important. There's some kids who are important. Some of your kids are really important, is what he's saying. They're just as important as like organizing this like galactic communication device situation. Like the person is just as important as that, and we have to be okay with that, because if you know this is your thing, don't fuck yourself up thinking that you need to be doing something more, and don't let anyone tell you anything either. You just do you. You surround yourself with people who support you in what you're doing, and that's going to become easier and easier once we hit the split. So during this time, let go of the people who suck. If they're meant to circle back around into your orbit, they certainly absolutely. What is this? Like back around, they will. Right now is the time to clear and make it holy. Clear it holy. And within that time span, consider it's not really a lot of time. On the other end of that, on the other side of the split, if you've been lonely, you're not going to be lonely. If you've been scared, you'll have people to talk to about that with. Anything that you need, you're going to get from your soul family, who can only find you if you allow your true vibration to expand out into your field. And if you are in dissonance and misalignment, your actual vibration is distorted and doesn't call in your right people. So if you've been in a series of relationships, be it a romantic or just, friendships that have been consistently fucked up, and you just don't know why this keeps happening to you, it's because you are not putting out an aligned frequency that's bringing you back who you truly are. So get into alignment right freaking now. Take a time out and like work on this into feeling what that's like. And how do you do it? How do you get into alignment? Well, I mean, if you watched me this week, that's one way. That's what I did. But it's seriously like, what are the secrets that you're afraid to say that's actually true things about yourself? What are the things you're afraid of people judging you for, but that are actually part of who you are? Like, who are you? Let that be how you're living your life, because otherwise you are going to continue to have dissonant people around you feeding you negative bullshit energy, and you're going to be in that cycle. And if you were in that cycle after solstice, that is going to feel so freaking bad, you guys. Like, it is going to be like walking around with somebody's nails on the chalkboard. Just living your life like that, okay? Sorry, Jen. And you don't want that. Just so get it together. Let it go. Oh, well, that seems like a loaded question, Kate. No touchy. But I will say this, like, from a human perspective, and I think I posted this, Mercury retrograde brings all the exes to the yard. So watch yourself, and remember, if it's meant to be a reconnection, it should be able to wait until solstice, and then you'll know for sure, okay? Like, anything that has come back around, you're like, I think maybe. No, like, just take a break. Take a hot second. Take a deep breath, because this is the time for you. This is your time. You're receiving a lot of information, you're integrating, and it's really difficult to communicate with people right now. So like I said, when we started, it truly feels like if you are in this 5th dimensional frequency and someone is in the 3rd dimensional frequency, you guys are speaking a different language. But you know, by comparison, when you speak to somebody who suddenly like is speaking your language, boy, does that taste delicious, right? You're like, oh my God, you haven't completely misunderstood me and then judged me for that? It's amazing. So find those people, interact with them, have a good time, and just know like this is moving through. Hold on a second. He says we can call him Gerald. And once again, he wants to reiterate he's not the angel of death. I guess I really like felt that. I wasn't really like, oh, the Grim Reaper is here. Okay. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say? He wants to say that we're all doing a really good job, and just to stay going, keep going, trust yourselves, because they are counting on us. It's big work. Okay, thank you. Whew. All right, friends. That's a wrap on another Thursday night. So listen. We don't have live channeling next Thursday because restoration, your new moon call is going to be in that slot, but starting at 6. So that's happening then. We will have it on the 17th, I believe. So we only have 2 live channelings this month like this. So the next one will be on the 17th. If you have questions, please email them to me or send me a DM. If you are on YouTube, make sure that you like my YouTube thing or follow me there, okay? I'm almost to 300 and I really want to get there. Also, something else, the Merkaba thing. I opened up another session for that, and this is really big stuff. So even if you've already had your astrological chart done a million times, you might want to think about this because it's a whole new channel thing that's coming through that incorporates a lot of different things. So the Merkaba thing, I don't know why I can't remember the name of it. What the hell is it called?
I think you just called it signature. Merkaba
Thank you. It was called the Merkaba signature. This is going to show you through your different elements of your chart what emotional signatures you need to hit in order to get that Merkaba going. So that's all I know so far. So the one next week is full, but then there's one on the 15th that you can absolutely join. And that is all for me tonight, folks. I'll see you in the morning at 8:30 for the weekend energy update and some more card pulls because you guys said you like those and I too enjoy them. I love you so much. If this have been enjoyable, please like and share. And good night. Make sure to clear your energy after you get off this call. Okay? Mwah. Love you guys. Thanks, Jen.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube. Don't forget to like.